learn two languages at the same time and master them? Well, here's my story. While I was learning Italian on my own and making some progress happily, I shared this news about learning Italian with my friend, Hey Samir, and I encouraged him to do the same. By the way, I learned a language on my own and you can do it, I'm nothing special. Anyway, a couple of months later, I was checking on Samir's progress. Hey Samir, did you start learning a new language? He said, yes. I got so excited because having a study partner and someone you can practice the language with is so beneficial. So I asked, did you start listening to Coffee Break Italian? And then I got shocked by his answer. He said, almost. What do you mean by almost? It's either yes or no. He confidently said, almost, because I started listening to Coffee Break Spanish. It's a different language, Samir. How are we gonna practice together? So he answered that he always had a love for the Spanish language and wanted to start learning Spanish. So I only gave him a bit of encouragement to do so. I was just an inspiration, but not for the Italian language. But here's the twist. An idea struck me. I've built a method to learn Italian on my own very quickly, and it was working perfectly. What if I can apply this to Spanish and surprise Samir later on that I have acquired some Spanish skills? I resisted this idea at first because Spanish and Italian, they share many similarities. And I'm still a beginner level at Italian. I didn't want to confuse myself. I did my research about the topic very quickly, then I decided maybe I can give it a try and surprise Samir. I will start learning Spanish. I started dividing my time between Italian and Spanish and wanted to make some progress secretly. Did I succeed? At first, I was doing very well. I learned a few words, the basics, some sentences. It was flowing for the first couple of weeks. But then, something bad happened. Most of my language studying time was for the Italian because that was my priority. But during my Spanish learning session, whenever I'm trying to formulate new sentences on the go, if I got stuck and I'm missing a word or two, I was automatically filling it with Italian words. And that was happening many times. Why? Because the best way to learn a new language is to use it actively. Try to formulate sentences. This requires mental effort and create neural connections. And when you get stuck, your brain is going to look quickly for another option to help you. And the second language that you are also trying to acquire, which is a foreign language to your brain, will pitch in automatically to fill the gaps. That was not the only problem. The second problem is that I started making more mistakes in my Italian because it's not anymore the only new language that I'm trying to acquire. So many things got mixed up together. The third problem I encountered was something I called assuming. I know, for example, that burro in Italian is butter. I saw the same word in Spanish, so I thought, well, yeah, it should mean the same. But apparently, no, it's not the same. Do you know what burro means in Spanish? Yes, it means donkey. Glad I didn't order extra donkey to my sandwich. What, you never put extra butter in your sandwich? These are called false friends, by the way, in languages. Other examples like largo in Italian means wide, but in Spanish it means long. Not quite the same. Oh, and pronto in Italian means ready. Or whenever you pick up the phone, you say pronto, while in Spanish it means soon. Obviously, you can see that these words created some danger to my learning experience. But I should be fair, it's not all bad to learn these two languages at the same time. On the good side, I saw similar patterns in both languages. For example, what I found a bit weird in Italian, whenever you want to say that I am hungry, you say ho fame, which translates literally in English, I have hunger. But this pattern is also the same in Spanish. So when I encountered this, I was not surprised anymore. Yeah, this is how these languages work. And this helped me, of course, learn faster. So back to the story, after about 6 weeks of trying to juggle between these two languages, I put it to test and met Samir finally. I started with the usual, hola, ¿cómo estás, Samir? Muy bien. I made few sentences. It was working well. And then again, Italian words started to pop up. He looked confused a bit and then told me, well, you're making some progress in your Italian, and see, congrats. So I thought to myself, did I learn two languages or I created my own at the end, which is mixing these two together? I was frustrated at first, so I went back and did a lot of research. I read some articles and papers about these linguistic stuff. So bottom line, is it possible to do it? Yes, it is possible, but not in the way that I try to do it. I made many mistakes. The first mistake, don't pick two closely related languages if you're a beginner at both of them. If you are actively thinking about the words in the first one, don't pass on to the next language. But when your first language becomes automatic, then you're good to go. You can start a new language, even if it is closely related. If you want to learn two languages at the same time, beginner level, try to choose two far languages from each other. Another thing, never expect fast results. Be realistic. You should choose probably one priority language and then the second one will be like a secondary language. Finally, try to separate things. Don't mix up things and sessions. Try to keep everything separate. Time, space, notebooks, So when is it the most suitable to learn a second language at the same time? So if you have a strong base in the first one, at least let's say level B1, you have enough daily time to allocate for both languages. 30 minutes at least. And you use different learning contexts. Example in my case, Italian for reading and media, Spanish for conversations. And then finally, you are okay with initial confusion because apparently it will eventually fade this confusion and your brain is gonna make this separation very well. This is the split technique. So yeah, that was a true funny story, but I learned from it. You learn from your own experiences. And if you have missed how I learned Italian on my own decently in just one summer, you can always catch up on that video. And as usual, I will see you next time.